جميعا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبع هداه. أما بعد، فهذا هو الدرس الرابع والعشرون، الجزء الرابع. واليوم إن شاء الله سنكمل هذا الدرس وسنقرأ هذه الأعداد وهذه المعدودات بإذن الله من الكتاب نفسه from the book itself. We'll read them from the book itself. So last couple of lessons, we tried to summarize how the numbers work, and I'm hoping that you got the overview correct from those from that working on the whiteboard. And then we came back at the end of the lesson back to this to the actual book and began to read, and we will continue bi'idhnillah ta'ala reading now. Where did we reach? Just if somebody could remind me, because my the page shut down and then all the annotation disappears. Do you recall where we left off, where we finished, which number it was?
I think we finished till Tis'atun wa Ishruna
Oh,
Taliban.
yeah. Okay, بارك الله فيك. أحسن، جزاك الله خيرا. 29 طالبا. 29 طالبا. So we could say that's when we finished, and then we'll start with the al-uqud. So if we could get the brothers, I will start giving you the numbers to read. My brother Abu Maimun, if you switch your mic off, then you'll go into the order, the correct order of the brothers that are attending. Okay, so Arba'una is Abdul Kareem. Okay, 40. Abdullah Khalil, 50. Abu Hassan, 60. Sittuna. Abu Maimun, Sab'una. Ilyas, Thamanuna. Abdullah, if you just switch your mic off for a second so that the order of the names can stay the same. Saqib, Tis'una. Zaid, Mi'ah. Mi'atun. Tayyib. Hope you remember your numbers, so we don't have to repeat them again. Did I start with 30 or did I start with 40? Abdul Karim, what's your number?
40, Arbauna.
Read 30 as well, please.
Yeah, sure. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salasuna Taliban, Salasuna Talibatan.
So you notice here the adad in both Mudhakkar and Mu'annath, it didn't change. It stays the same. So Jam' Mudhakkar Salim, all of these numbers, the tens, they're called al-uqud, because al-iqd means 10. Al-aqd also means 10. Al-uqud, so those numbers which go up in tens, and all of them are in the pattern of Jam' Mudhakkar Salim. Therefore, when they are marfu', then it has a waw. And if they are mansoob or majroor, what will this letter change to?
Yeah.
It will change to ya, ahsant.
Yeah.
So for example, ra'aytu, you can say for example, ra'aytu ثلاثين طالبة. ثلاثين طالبة. Ya will become ya because it becomes mansoob. مفعول به mansoob. So the point is that this is still mudhakkar. This is whether the ma'dood is mudhakkar or mu'annath, the adad stays the same. It doesn't change. There's no mu'annath form of al-uqud. all of them are in Jam' Mudhakkar Salim form. Jayyid. And just notice how the pattern continues, but as it was between 11 and 99, that the ma'dood is going to be tamyiz. And what does tamyiz look like? What does tamyiz look like?
منصوب.
It's going to be mansoob, yes.
منصوب.
What else?
مفرد and nakira.
Is mufrad. So mansoob means got fatha at the end of it. Mufrad means it's singular. And nakira means it hasn't got alif lam. Nakira. جيد. طيب continue please أخي.
أربعون طالبا أربعون طالبة.
بارك الله فيك. تفضل أخي next.
50 طالبا 50 طالبة.
بارك الله فيك. الذي بعده
60 طالبا 60 طالبة.
أحسنت بارك الله فيك. والذي بعده
70 طالبا 70 طالبات
طالبة.
طالبة.
بارك الله فيك. أحسنت. Because so sometimes, particularly in this is that was Abu Maymun, right?
نعم نعم.
Your volume on the mic is very low,
Sorry,
but
أنا آسف.
it's okay. So sometimes we tend to elongate a small fatha, talibatan, batan, at the end of a word. It happens with certain, let's say, maybe, I'm not sure, accents, might be accents or maybe certain languages, that they tend to prolong that last sound just before the end. So it's very common. Let's say, for example, somebody from the UK or even from the US, they might say talibatan, talibatan. They're not saying, they're not actually intending the alif, batan, but it comes out like that, sounds like that. So, so we need to suppress that sound. Talibatan, talibatan. It's a very short, sharp sound. جيد؟
نعم.
حفظك الله أخي. بارك الله فيك. الذي بعد أبي ميمون من هو؟
إلياس.
أيوة تفضل يا إلياس.
80 طالبا 80 طالبة.
أحسنت وبارك الله فيك. والذي بعد إلياس
90 طالبا 90 طالبة.
بارك الله فيك. تفضل يا زيد.
100 طالب 100 طالبة.
أيوة, now it's all change. Okay, because you can see, well, what can you see? Ilyas, what can you see? What's the difference between tis'una and mi'ah?
After mi'a, the word is majroor.
أحسنت بارك فيك. Why do you think it's majroor?
Is it a different rule?
It is different. It is a different rule. Can anyone tell us what that rule is?
مضاف مضاف إليه.
أحسنت وبارك فيك. So when you come to mi'ah, as we mentioned in the last couple of lessons, when you come to mi'ah, the rule becomes mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. Are you familiar with that rule, Ilyas?
Yes.
أحسنت. مضاف ومضاف إليه, which means the mudaf is mi'atu, is only one dhamma and there's no alif lam. And talibin is majroor because it's mudafun ilayhi. Okay, that's the general rule of mudafun ilayhi. But let me just get the microphone to those who are waiting for it. But also, as it relates to al-adad wal-ma'dood, when you come to 100, then the ma'dood becomes mufrad again. Okay, after So so I suppose I shouldn't say it again because it already is mufrad from 11. So from 3 to 10, the ma'dud is jam', correct? Then it becomes mufrad. And up to 99, it's tamyiz. So it's mufrad, mansub, nakira. And in this case, when it comes to 100, mi'ah, then it still stays as mufrad, but now it's going to be mudafun ilayhi. And mi'atu talibin, mi'atu talibatin, you can notice that the word mi'atu hasn't changed, even though the ma'dud changes masculine or feminine, mu'annath or mudhakkar, the adad still stays the way it is, mi'atu. Okay, you can't say mi'u talibatin, for example. So don't think that this ta marbuta is there because this is mu'annath, because the ma'dud is mudhakkar. And in the second situation, no, the ta marbuta shouldn't be there. No, that's not the case. The word is mi'atun, and that doesn't change. However, mi'atun can, this dhamma can become a fatha or a kasra, depending on the i'rab of the sentence. So, for example, let's come on this side over here, clear all these notes. You might say, for example, رأيت مئة طالب. رأيت مئة طالب. Okay. And over here you might say ذهبت المديرة headmistress إلى, complete the sentence. ذهبت المديرة إلى
إلى طالبة.
إلى 100 طالبة. أحسنت. because of حرف الجر. ذهبت المديرة إلى 100 طالبة. She went, the headmistress went to 100 students. جيد. And just before we go too far away, just to get a recap of the numbers which are in between the uqud. So between 20 and 30, you have these numbers, right? What do we say about these numbers? You remember how they're written? A few things to notice. One thing you're going to notice is that this waw is waw of al-atf. Waw al-atf. So if this number here is marfu', then 20 is also going to be marfu'. And if, for example, the number is mansub, this is going to be mansub. If it's majroor, this is going to be majroor because of waw al-atf. Jayid? That's one thing to notice. The other thing to notice is that between the 3 and 9, between 3 and 9, you'll notice that the first number يخالف المعدود. 23 طالبة. 23 students. 24 طالبة. 26 طالبة. Whereas in this side 26 طالبة. 27 طالبا. Sorry, I said طالبة. I should say طالبا. 27 طالبا. So the first part of the adad opposes, it goes against the ma'dud. يخالف المعدود. جيد. And the second part, because the uqud is from the uqud numbers, then obviously that's not going to change whether it's the ma'dud is mudhakkar or mu'annath. Okay, now that was 3 to 9. You can notice, however, the 1 and the 2, yeah, لا يخالف, يوافق. 21 طالبا. 21 طالبة. 1 this is مؤنث. 22 طالبا. 22 طالبة. Okay, so notice how when you were dealing with number 11, you said أحد عشر and إحدى عشرة. But now you've come to the numbers which are beyond 20. You don't say أحد وعشرون. You say واحد وعشرون. واحد وعشرون طالبا. And إحدى stays the same. إحدى وعشرون طالبة. Yeah, exactly. So مئة. Does it have any masculine or feminine form? No, it doesn't have a masculine. It's the same. The mi'atun is the number. It doesn't have a masculine or a feminine form. جيد. So, you'll say, for example, so if it's for a aqil, for a people, you say ha'ula'i or ula'ika. Okay. And if it's for غير aqil, pens, chairs, buildings, anything else, you'll say هذه. طيب. So we've got to mi'ah. Now we need to build on that. And does Adil, bro, do you keep losing the mic? What is it? Do you get disconnected and then lose the microphone? Or you don't want the mic and you're switching it off? طيب. So right now, if your mics are off, I will ask you to read these numbers. We'll start from the top again. Abdul Kareem, 101. Abdullah Khalil. Hold on, Bilal. Yeah, Bilal, if you keep your mic off for a second, then you'll be in the line in the correct order of names.
نعم إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم.
Alaykum salam. Abdul Kareem is 101. Abdullah Khalil 102. Abu Hassan 103. Abu Maymoon 104. Adil 105. Bilal 106. Habib 107. Ilyas 109. Numair 110. Sadiq 111. And Zaid. No, Saqib. Saqib this time bringing change. Not Zaid. Saqib brings change. It goes to 200. And then Zaid, it goes to 300. Please remember your numbers, because I don't know who is reading what. It's just in the order that you were given. Faddal ya Akhil Kareem. Abdul Kareem.
مئة طالب وطالب. مئة طالبة وطالبة.
Jayyid. So he said over here, مئة طالب وطالب. What does it mean, وطالب? He means وطالب واحد. He means وطالب واحد. And that's what we said right at the very beginning. When these numbers here, طالب واحد, we said نعت منعوت. طالبان اثنان. طالبتان اثنتان. طالبة واحدة. We said that this is na'at, but you don't have to even use it. Because when you say talibun or talibatun, it means one. When you say talibani, talibatani, you mean two immediately. So over here, after 100, he said, mi'atu talibin. Where have we gone? Mi'atu. أيوة. مئة طالب. That's 100 students. And then he needs to add one. So he uses واو العطف. And he says وطالب, meaning and one more. And the same for the مؤنث. مئة طالبة وطالبة. جيد. Meaning 101 students. طيب. تفضل أخي.
100 طالب وطالبان 100 طالبة وطالبتان
بارك الله فيك. 100 طالب وطالبان. 100 students plus 2. 100 طالبة وطالبتان. 102 students. This one is masculine, that one's feminine. تفضل يا أخي الكريم. الذي بعد عبد الله خليل هو أبو حسن، أليس كذلك؟
Yes, نعم.
بلى.
103 طلاب 103 طالبات.
Aha. So we have some difference here, some change.
Yes.
What do you notice?
Here وثلاث طالبات is مضاف إليه.
بارك الله فيك. So the مضاف والمضاف إليه now has switched. It's gone from the mi'ah, which used to be the مضاف والمضاف إليه. It's gone to the second part of the number. مئة, and then واو العطف comes in, and then مضاف مضاف إليه. مئة وثلاث طلاب. So this ثلاثة طلاب, what does it resemble?
How do you mean? It's يخالف.
What does it remind you of?
The numbers 3 to 10.
أحسنت يا إلياس. Ilyas to the rescue. It reminds us of the early numbers 3 till 10. Yeah, it goes back to that pattern, صح؟ مئة وثلاث طلاب. عفوا 103 طلاب. 103 طالبات. The same pattern is recurring after 102. Here it is. تفضل أخي الكريم.
Yeah.
نعم يا أبا ميمون.
Naam, naam. I just want to make sure it was mine. Okay. Can you hear me now?
نعم, loud and clear, brother.
Okay. Barakallahu fikum. 104 طلاب 104 طالبات.
جيد. بارك الله فيك. So,
فيكم
so that sounded like that longish sound, which is in between a fatha and an alif. That's still prominent in your pronunciation. So this word here. So try to avoid saying mi'atun, because when you say mi'atun,
Okay.
you didn't say mi'atun, neither did you say mi'atun. You can't like put in between, and there's no such thing as in between. So the listener will assume that you meant mi'atun. What does mi'atun mean?
I don't know what it mean.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds, like a plural of mi'atun. Yeah, I saw hundreds of people. رأيت مئات من الناس. I saw hundreds of people.
Okay, so the proper way would be say mi'atun.
أيوة أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. مئة. Exactly. Very short and sharp.
مئة. Okay.
Yeah.
وأربعة طالبان. I mean طلاب.
طلاب. Exactly.
وأربعة طلاب.
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك.
104 طالبات.
ما شاء الله تبارك الله.
وأربع طالبات.
صحيح.
Right? Okay.
You sound like you're from London. That's what they say about Londoners. They say they speak like they've got a knife in their accent. Everything is
MashaAllah.
chop, chop, chop. Mi'atu wa arba'atu. That's what the American brothers used to say about the UK brothers, that, you know, it's like they have a knife in their throats when they're speaking. Whereas the American accent is very rounded and very like smooth.
Yes, yes.
And the UK is some parts of it is choppy. Anyway, I don't want to offend anyone. We've got
No, you're good.
we've got both groups over here in the group in the class. طيب 105. تفضلوا.
105 طلاب 105 طالبات.
أحسنت وبارك الله فيك يا أخي عادل، ما شاء الله. قراءة جميلة. تفضل يا أخي.
نعم 106 طلاب 106 طالبات.
اللهم بارك. الحمد لله على صحتك وعافيتك يا بلال.
نعم جزاكم الله خير يا
الحمد لله
شيخ.
السلامة. الحمد لله السلامة.
جزاكم الله
You
خير.
saved us and you saved yourself.
نعم
تفضل.
107 طلاب 107 طالبات.
جميل جدا. تفضل يا أخي الكريم اللي بعدك. Is that everyone? No, it's not. So if you can have your mic switched off, then we'll be able to see where we reached in the line. سبعة is معطوف on مئة. It is. Yes, it is. So you'll say, for example, that's a nice question. This wow is wow al-atf. So sorry, that underline was just by mistake. So you might say, for example, you say, for example, رأيت مئة وسبعة طلاب. I mean, highly unlikely that you're going to know that there were actually 107, but that's the idea is the Arab. رأيت 107 طلاب. I saw 107 students. جيد. تفضل أخي زيد.
Ustad, is it right to spell mi'ah like?
Oh no, it's not. Zaid to the rescue. It's all gone.
I thought that was a new way of writing it. I'm sorry, I'm
You guys
being
are good.
naive.
I feel happy. I feel happy that, mashallah, the students are doing better than the teacher. It means I'm doing a good job, hopefully.
No, you're doing great, brother.
Incidentally, the pronunciation, I heard some people, and I think this is a prevalent pronunciation, meaning in some maybe tribes or some areas in the Arab world, they don't say mi'atun, they say ma'atun, the fatha on the mim. Yeah, I even heard some mashayikh reading like that. Ma'atun. They say khamsu ma'ah. They don't say khamsu mi'ah. 500. Interesting. طيب. أين كنا? Who was next? Hope you haven't forgotten your numbers. Literally. I think it's going to be Ilyas, is it? Or Habib? Bilal read last. Bilal, what did you read? 106 or 107?
106 يا شيخ.
After Bilal looks like Habib.
I read 105, 106. Sorry.
You read 106.
Yeah.
And then Bilal read 107. So Ilyas, what's your number, Ilyas?
My number is 109.
So maybe someone's disappeared in between.
I thought my number is 109.
Okay, Ilyas, read 108, please.
108 طلاب 108 طالبات.
MashaAllah, you did well. Seeming as you were practicing 109, then you were given 108. You did an excellent job. تفضل. الذي بعد إلياس.
109 طلاب 109 طالبات.
بارك الله فيك. والذي بعدك. Read it again, please, Akhi Numair. Next one as well. تفضل بلال.
نعم 110 طلاب 110 طالبات.
أحسنت بارك الله فيك. Who is 111? Have we lost some students on the way or something? Imran bin Sa'ima, تفضل.
111 طلاب
طالبا.
sorry
طالبا.
طالبا 111 طالبة
بارك الله فيك. So here we see that the pattern continues. The pattern continues in that after 110 طلاب is exhausted, and this is, as Ilyas pointed out earlier, this matches numbers 3 to 10. The ma'tuf continues when you go to the next set of numbers, which is 11 to 19. 111 طالبا, and you can see that طالبا is مذكر and ahada is also مذكر. طالبة is مؤنث, إحدى is مؤنث. 10 and here 10. So both sides of this number أحد عشرة is موافق للمعدود, goes in line with the معدود. صحيح Abu Maymun, that is correct to say والذي بعدك. Yes, you can say that.
Thank you.
بارك الله فيك. طيب,
بارك الله.
this was Saqib, I think, bringing change.
200
أيوه.
100 طالب 100 طالبة.
So not 100 but 100. 100 طالب and
100 طالبة.
طالبة. Why does it look like that? What's the difference between a red square? What is the difference between this and this? What can you notice the difference? What difference can you notice in correct condition?
The other one is 200. The first one is 200. The other one is
Okay. What differences can you notice? Anyone? Can you notice any,
حذف النون.
are they identical in form?
حذف النون.
almost except for the noon. Yeah.
أيوة, so one of them, أيوة أحسنتم جميعا. One of them is missing a noon. They're both identical in that if you were to match those letters one by one,
Yes.
you'll see that there's the meme, goes to the meme. There's this alif, goes to alif. Hamza is there, the ta is there. This alif is there, and there's a noon missing.
Ustaz, why
Question-
is that though?
The question presents itself, why is the noon missing? And answer, to be honest, I can't remember whether we've studied this or not. I got a feeling we haven't, but we may have. Maybe someone can tell us. Why do you think that noon is not there?
I do remember you saying sometimes in certain speeches that the noon is missing because for easier pronunciation.
That's maybe a different case. I'll give you a clue. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب.
No.
That's your clue.
Is it because of مضاف?
مضاف ومضاف إليه.
Yeah, okay.
إدغام.
It was Adil, right?
Is this Musanna?
Is it Muthanna? Yes, it is. So all these answers are coming and they're all correct. This is muthanna, which means dual, and it's also mudaf. And the rule for muthanna mudaf, let's quickly take a whiteboard. So when you have, let's think of a word, maktabun, maktabani, maktabani. One desk, two desks. All right, you say هذا, and here you say هذاني, correct? هذا مكتب, هذان مكتبان. Now, if you want to say that this belongs to somebody, you will say هذا مكتب المدير, for example. هذا مكتب المدير. This is the principal's desk. And when it comes to this one, هذان مكتبان, and you want to say, for example, the two teachers. So you say, for example, you want to say المدرسين الجديدين, the two new teachers. Okay. الجديدين. I haven't actually made this mudaf right now. In order to make it mudaf, I would have to cross out this noon. Just like we crossed out one dhamma over here. There was a dhamma there before, correct?
No.
It was tanween. We took out one dhamma and it became mudaf. Here, this noon, we take it out and it becomes mudaf. So you say, هذان مكتبا المكتبا المدرسين الجديدين. And if you look at this ayah of the Quran, what was the example I gave?
تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب.
بارك الله فيك.
No.
تبت يدا أبي لهب لهب وتب. What does it mean?
Perish are the two hands of Abu Lahab.
Two hands. Perished are the two hands of Abu Lahab. Yada. But we know when you say two hands, you're going to say
Yadain.
Yadani.
Yadani, okay.
Yadani. And Hatani, Yadani. These are two hands. Yadaini will be if it's majroor or mansub.
No.
So, because Abi, this is mudafun ilayhi. Yada is mudaf. Abi is mudafun ilayhi. That noon was dropped. That's why you say Tabbat yada Abi Lahabin. Originally, Yadan. Fadal Zaid.
Yada here is, sorry, can I ask a question?
Fadal.
Yeah, is it the hand, is it not maf'ul bihi here?
Where?
Tabbat here,
no.
tabbat yada.
In actual fact, it's fa'il. Tabbat. Yeah. Yada is fa'il.
Okay, exactly.
Aywa.
That what is the full i'rab of yada?
Yada is fa'il marfu' وعلامة رفعه ألف الألف وهو مضاف. جيد. خلاص زيد.
Tabbat is fi'al.
Tabbat is
Fa'il.
tabbat is fi'l.
Yeah.
And yada is fa'il. As you know, when hand is mu'annath, feminine, هذه يد. In Madeenah Book 1, we studied that those body parts which are in pairs is a mu'annath. Yeah.
نعم.
هذه عين, هذه يد, هذه قدم. طيب. So he said tabbat. That's why tabbat is mu'annath. تأنيث الساكنة. And yada, this is the fa'il. And the علامة الرفع, because it's مثنى, علامة الرفع is ألف. مرفوع بألف. Read. What was the next question? تفضل. Are we okay?
Is it looks a hand perished itself or something? It means if it's file.
So basically, yeah. So for example, this is something in the Arabic language. Okay. So who perished? Who caused Allah's hands to perish or commanded them to be perished? Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Yeah. So you have some verbs.
Alhamdulillah.
You have some verbs. They work directly with, in their first form, they work directly with the fa'il. And others, let me try to give you, maybe the example would be clearer than the explanation. So for example, you have the verb baqiya, remained, to remain. Yeah. Baqiya. Baqiya means to remain. So we say everyone left. خرج الطلاب. وبقي طالب واحد. We don't have to say واحد, but we can. Okay. وبقي طالب واحد. بقي is فعل. طالب is the fa'il of. So who did the staying? What? Who stayed or what stayed? The طالب.
نعم طالب.
Okay. مات رجل. مات رجل. Who did the dying?
رجل.
He's not مفعول به. مفعول به is when he was killed. Yeah, or when his life was taken. As Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, that there will be, this is coming later, okay? فَأَمَاتَهُ اللَّهُ فَأَمَاتَهُ اللَّهُ مِئَةَ عَامٍ ثُمَّ بَعَثَهُ فَأَمَاتَهُ اللَّهُ مِئَةَ عَامٍ ثُمَّ بَعَثَهُ. Allah caused him to die for 100 years. This is in Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay? One of the 5 stories in Surah Al-Baqarah where Allah Ta'ala brought the dead back to life. Brought the dead back to life. 5 points, Surah Al-Baqarah. There are 5 stories in Surah Al-Baqarah. There are 5 incidents where Allah Ta'ala mentions that he brought the example showed us that he brought the dead back to life. One of them is this. فَأَمَاتَهُ اللَّهُ مِئَةَ عَامٍ. Allah took his life for 100 years. Mata is different to amata. Amata, the fa'il is the person that died. He died. Okay? When you say he died, Akhi, who was the brother that was asking about the fi'il tabbat? Is it Abu Karim? Who was it that was asking about tabbat?
It was, oh man.
Habib.
Yeah.
Or Saqib. Okay. In any case, so baqiya talibun, one student remained. Talibun is the fa'il. Mata rajulun, one man died. Rajulun is the fa'il. Tabbat, or Tabbat yaduhu, his hand was perished. The yad is the fa'il. Okay. And surah, in that surah, Tabbat yadahu, the two hands of Abu Lahab are perished. And that is, grammatically, is the fa'il. Is that okay, Akhi?
Yeah, Jazakallah.
It was Habib, was it? Right. No. And
Yes,
there are
sir.
other examples like this where it can be confusing. How is this the fa'il? But you don't have to think in those terms that if this is the fa'il, if this is the doer, then how is it doing the action to itself? Don't go to that level. Right? It's just and there is a name for this type of verb, but I can't recall it right now. Okay.
Jazakallah.
طيب. Are we ever gonna get to the end of these numbers? It looks like we're gonna have numbers in the numbers lesson. Part 4, part 5, part 6. طيب. I think we should set this for homework, Ustaz Muzammil. Otherwise, your numbers are going to keep going up.
Yes, sure, Ustad, not a problem. We can.
Maybe I just ask everyone to contemplate over these lessons and to read them. Let's get to Zaid, please. Zaid, you haven't read yet. I'm waiting for you to read this 300 number.
ثلاثمائة طالب 300 طالبة.
Keep going, please.
400 طالب 400 طالبة. 500 طالب 500 طالبة. 600 طالب 600 طالبة. 700 طالب 700 طالبة.
So guys, so can you see the pattern? You see it, right? That you have the number 3, you have the mi'ah, and it's joining. When you're writing it, joining it as one word. The ain of sab'a is going straight into the meme. And it's not in the mu'annath form. Yeah, it's not in the mu'annath form. So this is how it's written when it comes to these numbers. And there's no such thing as mudhakkar and mu'annath. It's not going to change. You're not going to say sittatu mi'ati talibin. No, with the double ta. Or arba'atu mi'ati talibin. No. You say arba'u mi'ati talibin. You also say arba'u mi'ati talibatin. So why is that? Why are they joined? And the question why are they joined? Because Allahu Alam, why they're joined? Because there's no need to separate them. You will separate them because at times maybe there's a marbuta coming, but in this case it's fixed. So there's no need to separate them. Wallahu a'lam. طيب, did you get to the end? تسعة.
I got 800.
Keep going.
800 طالب 800 طالبة. 900 طالب 900 طالبة.
Interesting. ثمانمائة. So we can't even see the ya over here. Even the ya's been dropped. طيب. Let's get some reading from Abdul Kareem.
Alfu talibin, alfu talibatin.
And that follows the same rule as mi'ah. And that is in lesson 1 of Madeenah book 2. These two
Ustad
words.
Afwan, I got to go for Salah. Can I leave?
Allah Ta'ala accept you.
Jazakallah khair.
Keep going.
Alfani.
Alfani. So here you had mi'atani. And now you have alfani. So what's going to happen here?
Alfa talibin, alfa talibatin.
What's happened?
The noon will go off over here.
Why?
Because it is easier to read.
Yeah. That was Abu Maymun's reasoning.
Yeah, I thought
Maymun?
well, I thought it was because of that. Why was You
No,
know,
no, it's not. You
it's
asked
not
that,
right.
you asked about that, and I said, no, it's not that.
Okay, I thought it was because of that. You
But I gave you
corrected
the
me. Thank
example in
you.
the Quran, the ayah in the Quran. Maybe the
Yeah, I
explanation was so
know.
long, we moved away from the
Yes.
actual point.
No, I got it now. Thank you.
Which is what?
Be, oh, I gotta refresh it. Because of mudaf and
مضاف
mudaf ilayh. Yeah,
مضاف
mudaf
ومضاف إليه.
ilayhi. Yeah.
مضاف إليه.
أحسنتم بارك الله فيكم. نعم. That's
Yes.
correct. That's correct, sister. أحسنتي. ألفا طالب ألفا طالبة 2,000 students. Okay. Keep going أخي أبو كريم.
Yeah. ثلاثة آلاف طالب ثلاثة آلاف طالبة أربعة آلاف طالب أربعة آلاف طالبة خمسة آلاف طالب خمسة آلاف طالبة
تفضل يا
ستة
إلياس. ماذا تريد؟ You had your hand up. You want to read? Yeah, yes.
That was by accident.
Okay. Read for us. اقرأ يا إلياس.
ستة آلاف طالب 7,000 طالب.
Now, what you want to do is you repeat it again for the different ma'dud. ستة آلاف طالب. Then again you say ستة آلاف طالبة.
7,000 طالب 7,000 طالبة 8,000 طالب 8,000 طالبة 9,000 طالب 9,000 طالبة.
أحسنت وبارك الله فيك. You'll see that the word we had before was alfun, and the jam' of the word alf is
آلاف.
alafun. This is the jam'. Okay. تفضل.
From 3,000, is it this manut nath?
Which one? With the combination?
Ala.
So this is خمسة آلاف طالب. خمسة is مضاف. آلاف is مضاف إليه. آلاف is مضاف. لافي is مضاف, and طالب is مضاف إليه. So it's a double نعم. It's a double مضاف مضاف إليه relationship. Yeah. Is that okay? خمسة آلاف طالب. خمسة مضاف. آلاف مضاف إليه وهو مضاف. At the same time, آلاف is مضاف إليه when it comes to خمسة, and مضاف when it comes to طالب. And the معدود, as you can see, is still مفرد. طيب. Let's do some reading. Abdullah Khalil. You got the big numbers.
20,000 طالب.
What topic?
Sorry?
Don't stop.
20,000 طالبة 30,000 طالب 30,000 طالبة. Should I carry on?
نعم.
40,000 طالب 40,000 طالبة.
أيوة.
50,000 طالب 50,000 طالبة.
طيب, so here, why do you think that this number has a fatha? When it comes to mi'atu, it has a kasra.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's because the first part of the number is also mansub, so it follows it in that.
No, the first part is 20, 30. That's all marfu' because
That's
of
what
that
you-
wow.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
So that's a good try, but it's not the right answer.
Why is that though,
Anyone?
Ustaz? Why is that?
No, you answered my question with a question.
Well,
That's smart. That's smart. Yeah. Abu Maimun.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh,
Ustad,
okay.
Ishruna and
Adil
Salasuna.
has an answer. Adil's back.
Are we going back to the same rule of that Ishruna?
Which was?
Ishruna Taliban, it was ending with Fataha.
No.
La.
Yeah, I mean, what was ending with Fatah? You did what Abu Maimun did. You asked a question. You just have the answer, please.
It was Tamiz.
Yeah, you are.
And
Getting
then
somewhere.
it's Mudaf.
Getting somewhere. We have some guys who have the answers, but they're putting their hands up. Take the mic and speak. Bismillah, Ilyas, Zaid, go for it.
Is it mudaf ilayh?
It is mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. But why is there a fatha? Ilyas has the answer. Or was that also a mistake, Ilyas? It is mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. But why is there a fatha? Because
It is Tamiz there, Sheikh.
نعم
Tamiz.
أحسنت بلال وأحسنت
Oh, that's
Karima.
right, Tamziz.
Also the
Yes.
sister had the correct answer because the number is between
That's right,
is
Mansub.
between 11 and 99.
No?
11 and
So
99. You have
it's
20.
Mansub, Nakira, and what was it? What was the other one?
Mufrad.
Mufrad.
Mufrad. Yep.
You don't say alaf, you say alf, yeah? So it's supposed you before you said 20 ألفا 20 ألفا. So 20 you'll say 20,000 20 ألفا. That is if you don't mention the ma'dud. Now you mention the ma'dud, it's going to become mudaf ilayhi. 20 ألف, then you say, for example, let's say, let's use money, riyal, yeah, riyalin, 20, and then this will become only one fatha. This other thing.
Ustad,
20 ألف ريال. تفضل.
I am confused here. Ishruna is in between this 11 and 99.
It is.
But Tamiz was Madud there. Alpha is part of the number only. I am confused here.
It is, but over here, because it's coming after 20, it's behaving like ma'dud. It's behaving like tamyiz.
Okay.
No, it's behaving like the ma'dud. It's behaving like the ma'dud. That's what I should say. Why? Because it's connected directly to the ma'dud bil idafa. The ma'dud is talib.
Naam.
And alf is connected directly to the ma'dud bil idafa. Yeah. So because it's connected directly, then it takes the ruling of tamyiz. In actual fact, even without the ma'dud, it would become ma'dud by itself. If you said, for example, kam fulusan indak, how much money do you have? You said, or kam riyalan indak, and you said 20. You mean that you have 20 riyalan, but you don't have to say riyalan. You can, if you don't say riyal, you can also say 20 ألفا, 20,000, and alf. This becomes the ma'dud. So alf in this, when it's being counted, it is the ma'dud. When it's being counted, it's the ma'dud. There's a question from the sisters. We have to stop it there because that's the time for Salah. We're actually late. Why is plural of Riyal is Riyalat? Although it's masculine, you can answer later. Now, hopefully we'll be able to answer that later, inshallah. I would just say to you all, the homework is to contemplate over this number.
Ooh, that's big number.
And then read the rest, read the summaries. Okay. There's also homework to read this. So here, 1, 2, and 3. Wallahu a'lam wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Inshallah, next lesson bi'idhnillah, we will go for الدرس الخامس والعشرون, another interesting lesson. جزاكم الله خيرا. السلام
بارك
عليكم
الله
ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام
عليكم السلام ورحمة
وعليكم
الله
السلام
وبركاته.
ورحمة الله وبركاته.
جزاك الله خير.
Ustad, can you just share that PDF in the WhatsApp group? Because that part is not there in this Madeenah book.
Oh, I see. So this, that number.
Yeah.
So I tried to actually share because there was a request some time ago to request this book.
Yeah, I have
and to
requested
upload it.
that.
I tried to upload it and it was too big, the file, and I broke it down into small pieces. I tried to, I still wasn't able to do it.
Ayu Kutub, which book?
He means the colored version of Madeenah book. If
Oh,
somebody
okay.
has a link for it, because to be honest, I just searched for it online. I found it, I downloaded it. Tayyib. Sister, if you could send a message to Ustad Muzammil, he will give you the email, inshallah, and you could send your questions there. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Is that okay, Akhi Ustad Muzammil? Jazakumullah khairan.
بارك الله فيكم.
وإياكم.